Well, as always, I never do my introduction when it's sad news like this. I don't know if you've heard yet, but Tina Turner, the incomparable, the legend, the great, the unmatched, the talented, the beautiful Tina Turner has passed away at 83. So a lot of times when I do these type of videos, I open the floor for everybody to come up and talk about it. It's extremely sad news. Let me put this link in here. I see you guys are coming in. It's just one of those things. You know, we know that our legends are getting older, but whenever one passes away, is still like it hits you in a different way. Now, Tina wasn't necessarily in my she was in the 80s, yeah, but I really got to know Tina in the 90s after What's Love Got to Do with It. Uh I was young, but I watched that show with my family. um, it just it's sad. I see you guys coming in. Lord, not Tina. Oh no, yeah, my girl Tina. This woman overcame so much adversity in her life, you know, and we don't want to go to what's his name, what's his face, but in terms of who she accomplished so many amazing things while going through adversity that the average person doesn't like. Insane how strong this lady was. Yeah, love and light to hear the legs. She was the legs. I believe it. I believe that she was one of the first people to insure their legs. I believe. Um, she way over there with her son now. Yeah, this is sad. I heard that today. Rest in peace. No, simply the best. So let me let you guys see. She was simply the best. As always, TMZ broke the news. I don't like saying what they said, so we'll say Tina Turner passed away at 83. Y'all know TMZ just gives it to you. It says Tina Turner, the iconic and adored singer known as the Queen of Rock and Roll, has died, TMZ has confirmed. A statement from Tina's reps reads, "It was with great sadness that we announced the passing of Tina Turner. With her music and boundless passion for life, she enchanted millions of fans around the world and inspired the stars of tomorrow." Y'all know, like, Beyonce lists her as her great inspiration. Tina Turner, you'll see a lot of um, elements from Tina Turner's stage show in Beyonce. May she rest in peace. True icon. Hey, Jersey. Okay, so let's continue. I mean, such a beautiful lady. They continue today. Today, we say goodbye to a dear friend who leaves us all her greatest work. Her music, all her heartfelt compassion goes out to her family. Tina, we will miss you dearly. Tina was born in Tennessee as Anna Mae Bullock and raised in the small town of Nutbush, Tennessee. Sorry if you've seen What's Love Got to Do with It, Nutbush. But later moved to St. Louis, where she frequented the nightclubs and first encountered Ike Turner in the late 50s. Uh, Side note, if Crystal is watching, we used to play her music that had Nutbush in it. Me and my friend when we were in Iraq. So we were always talking about Nutbush, Tennessee. Neither has ever been, but Tina put it on the map. Um, After hearing her sing, Ike made her a featured vocalist in his band. And in 1960, she was introduced to the world as Tina Turner, as the duo put out their first hit, A Fool in Love. I love that song. But again, I heard it on What's Love Got to Do with It. The two would go on to get married in 1962 and become a massively successful music act in the 60s, 70s with hit songs like It's Gonna Work Out Fine, River Deep, one of my favorite songs, Nutbush City Limits. I love that song too. And the legendary Grammy winning Proud Mary. Hit after hit after hit. This is one of those times where I'm gonna allow other people, after we're done with this, I'm gonna allow other people to come up, talk about how you felt about Tina. This one is one of yours. I didn't say open panel in it, but it's definitely one of yours. You guys can definitely come up. Um, Let's see. However, the duo wouldn't last. After disbanding in 1976, they divorced in 1978. Tina would reveal years later in her autobiography that she was a victim of domestic abuse in the worst ways. He violated her in the absolute worst ways. And the crazy part is, she became an even bigger artist once she was free from the shackles of Ike. Literally, she really came into her own once she was away from Ike. Let's see. Uh, Turner then launched one of the greatest music comebacks ever as a solo artist in the 80s by first releasing the hit Let's Stay Together, followed by the massive album Private Dancer. She'll be your dance. And I still call people private dancer. Which included tracks like What's Love Got to Do with It and I Can't Stand the Rain. Just how amazing her story is. It might be unrivaled with the level of success that she had as and technically an older act to really survive and thrive. This lady, she definitely did it. I was listening to What's Love Got to Do with It yesterday. The Queen of Rock and Roll hit that stick like grits. How sad. Hello, everybody. I see you guys coming in. I love Tina. Like, really, what's not to love after you like really know her story? What is not to love about Tina Turner? Beyonce's probably going to be looking at the performance she did with Tina. Tina went through it with him. Exactly. Survived and thrived. I see some of you guys coming up in the back. Give me a minute. Let me go ahead and finish letting you guys know exactly what happened. Tina won 8 Grammy Awards over the course of her career, including Record of the Year for What's Love Got to Do with It. It was back in 2019 when a Broadway musical honoring her life debuted with Tina in attendance. Of course, her fans went wild as she left the venue with a gigantic smile on her face. Let's see if we can play this. I don't want to play that because, TMZ is kind of funny. I saw somebody in the back. Again, this is one of your videos. You can definitely come up, share your thoughts, share how you're feeling. It's just a really tragic loss. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Okay, so I dropped the link. Let me make sure to put the link so anybody can come up. I'm going to put the link at the top. It's pinned. So again, anybody can come up. Anybody is welcome. It's just a really sad day in general. She was such a strong woman, but she had been having some health issues in the last couple of years. You guys know that she got remarried to the love of her life. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he even gave her, I want to say, a kidney. Let's see. She was diagnosed with intestinal cancer in 2016. And yes, it was a kidney that she received from her husband. It's so good that even though in her early life she went through so much with Ike, that she found somebody who really, really, really loved her in the way that she deserved to be loved. Again, this is an open panel situation. Anybody can come up and share their thoughts. Oh, Takesha says her aunt fainted. It's a really sad, sad situation. Definitely. Let's see. Not Tina Turner. We love your inspiration to many. Beautiful, talented. Rest in peace. Shar was in her musical. I didn't know that. Tina had the legs, definitely. Tina had the legs. Rest in peace, Anime Bullock. My heart is hurt behind this one. It is definitely sad because you feel like you know these people. Like after she opened up about what she had been through, it was probably a beacon of hope for those people who were currently going through it. I'm pretty sure she helped a lot of people who were going through domestic violence overcome it, talk about it, and realize that it's never on the victim. It's always on the trash individual who's doing it. Let me see. I see somebody in the back. You keep coming up and dropping down. You're more than welcome to come up. Again, it's an open panel situation. I felt like Tina would be around forever. I keep saying our legends are getting older, and even though they're getting older, and we're all getting older, you just don't expect it. And technically, people are living very long, but for her to be diagnosed with intestinal cancer and then have kidney issues, and still, that was 2016, so that was 9 years ago. She lived a very full life, definitely. What was that? Let's see. Let's see if we can get into her children and who is she survived by. Oh, Rolling Stone already did a feature on her. Wow, that was next to no time. Let's see. I can't pronounce her home, but it's spelled Ksnacht, so Kusnak. The family already released a statement. With her, the world loses a music legend and a role model. True words were not spoken. This is kind of like reverberating everywhere, guys. Spiritual Gangster, Choice Designs, welcome to the platform.
Hello, man. I just wanted to ask a question. Did she have more than one child? Because I know her son just recently passed, right?
Let me see how many children she had. She still lists the son that she raised of Ike's as one of her own. Let me see.
Okay. And I really like you, and I want to say hello to everybody. And this is really sad because it's like we lose a lot of the greats.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I do these type of videos, it really helps me when I start thinking, 83 years old, you came up from so much adversity in Nutbush, Tennessee, to become an icon and a legend who overcame domestic abuse. That is a very full life. And she was
She did
surrounded by
that.
love at the end of her life. So that's usually,
She
how I think
definitely did
about it.
that. She
She
definitely
did.
overcame, and to be able to, like you said, to even restart her career in the industry, knowing we know that I threw all kind of daggers, but she was a real talent and she was really blessed to overcome that, and she rebuilt herself and just went on as a true icon. We said the legs. Think about it; they were insured. I hope her family gets something from that.
I don't know if they were. I think I believe
I
that
don't know how that. I don't
of
know
the
how that
people who
works.
were insured for their legs, I believe it was Mariah Carey and Tina Turner. I believe. Don't hold me to
I
that,
don't
but I
know
do
what.
think
How does
It,
that work, y'all?
Tina Turner, their legs are actually done by Lloyd's of London, was insured by Lloyd's of London. And
oh, okay.
I can remember my mom and dad went to go see him, and my mom and she came back and she was mad. My daddy literally fell out on the stage trying to get to Tina Turner because he was so in love with her. So that's my Tina Turner story that I can remember back in the day from my dad and mother. Just loved her to death. And you are my
I
nephew
didn't
in my
think about
head.
that. Yeah, let me tell y'all. I've got a story about Ike and Tina. My mother and father came from Arkansas, and I remember my mom told me when they went to go see Ike and Tina, they went over in Texarkana, Arkansas, and my uncle got into it with Ike because he was trying to hit on Tina, and my dad had to go get back and get his shoes because they was trying to protect my uncle. Yes. So yeah, that's a story for y'all. I can't remember who else she said was performing. Oh, Bobby Blue Bland.
Wait, so your uncle was trying to hit on Tina Turner.
Yes, back
What
in
was
the day.
Tina
So
saying?
I don't know. See, my mom and my dad, they both come from Arkansas. My mom loved Bobby Blue Bland, and they're old. My dad has passed on. He would be in his 80s as well. And this was way back in the day. This is way back in the day. They were teenagers. I don't know exactly what happened, but my uncle from California, he had a big mouth. He used to always talk a lot of mess. And she said that he got into it with Ike because he was trying to hit on Tina.
I
I
mean,
think
ugh.
it's
What were you
it's
saying?
funny that like, they say people die in threes. I'm from Texas, and to hear this today, I just buried my brother Monday. So I'm like, okay, what's
Oh,
the
I'm
next
so
third
sorry.
person gonna die? Yeah,
I'm so sorry. You
I
guys
was
put some
racing,
hearts in your chat. Put some hearts in your chat for her, please. In the chat for her.
you
Please
know,
continue.
Well, that's all I wanted to
and
say, you
and
guys. So thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. You're welcome to come up. That's what I do these for people to share their stories and how they truly felt about the person, when something like this happens. So thank you for
And my
coming in.
condolences to you as well.
thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Ma'am, I
Have a
just
good
want
one.
to give you your flowers right now. I always address you as my nephew in my head. You are a
I've seen your
you,
I've seen your comments.
you are a beautiful made whole person, and your platform is a safe place. And I see a lot of
Hold on,
chatter.
your phone is going out a little bit. We can't hear
Let
you.
me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Anybody's welcome to come up. The link is in the top of the chat. It's pinned. What were you
I
saying,
just
Miss
want to
Choice
say
Designs?
you are a beautiful soul. I love the way
Oh,
you approach everybody. I watch your channel grow and grow, and I'm looking at you to be the next person, the it person. You are you're fair all the way across the board, and I appreciate that because YouTube used to be fun. Now it's just a whole bunch of mess. And you just keep it straight. And that's why I keep following you. And that's why I always send something to you and promote you because you're good.
oh, well, that means a whole lot to me. And you guys don't know. I come on here and I smile, but I have a lot of stuff going on. So when I hear things like that, it makes me feel really good. And I appreciate you, Miss Choice Designs.
I'm gonna tell you, I haven't got all your videos, but even if I haven't looked at them, I have went and liked them,
Oh, thank
and
you.
just so I know, because I want you to be recognized for what you do, and I'm gonna always do that, and I'm always gonna support you because you're one of the real ones on this platform, and I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Before BAP, I see you here. Before we move on to BAP, it says that her youngest son Ronnie died December 8th, 2022. It was later revealed he passed away due to colon cancer. That is one of the hardest things that a parent goes through. When you outlive your child, that's from what I've heard, one of the hardest things that a parent can go through. It says she had her exes, Raymond Hill and Ike Turner, and adopted two of Ike's sons from prior relationship.
Ma'am, my
So,
mother buried three out of six of her kids.
oh wow.
So it's very hard. I see my mother very broken, but God is good.
I mean,
That's
she still has you. She still has your siblings, and you guys just always have to remember to lift her up.
we do. We all just made a pact Monday that we all gonna get together more than what we used to get together a lot, and now it just dwindled down to one or other year or so. But we all made a commitment to her because my mom, my mother had COVID for 2 years, so she when she got over COVID, she couldn't walk, so she's back.
That's one of those words that YouTube will
I'm
get on
sorry.
us about. No, 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 it's no problem. We just say the panini.
The panini, okay, and so for her not to come out and walk and then have to bury, like we buried my sister last year in February, we buried my brother Monday. Like this is crazy. And then Tina Turner today, I'm like, okay, they die in threes. People say they die in threes, so you
Well,
never know who's
let's
gonna.
break that
Let's break it.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's break that generational curse. This is it.
exactly.
This is
And
it.
Mims, I want to leave you with this. Father God, thank you for touching him and giving him the latter rain of favor. Everything that he touched, God, let it be the Midas touch because he is a real person. He's a sincere person. And God, keep your hand of favor on him. I love you, Mims, and I'm gonna drop down.
All right, thank you so much. And DM me. If you need to
I
talk, go ahead and DM me.
I will. I'll DM you. I promise you.
Okay. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye bye.
BAP, Callie. This
Hey,
is some sad news, isn't it?
yeah, definitely. It was so unexpected. basically, like came out of the blue. Well, I guess we knew for a little bit she had been sick,
Sorry.
but everybody was hoping that she would recover. But then I didn't know her son had recently passed away. I guess when you're going through thing like intestinal cancer yourself and your son passes, you probably lose a lot of your will to fight.
I mean, and she had to get the kidney. You're battling cancer. He's battling cancer. You're 83. Yeah, it's a lot. I didn't even realize that I knew that he passed away, but I didn't realize it was that recently.
Right.
So
yep. The only thing that I wanted to say, just about this overall, is I hope that people remember her. That What's Love Got to Do with the movie. I like, everybody's seen it, but I hope that people remember her beyond that movie and beyond what happened with her and her ex-husband, and just remember her for the iconic, powerful woman that she was and that successful career that she had beyond him. Because there was a lot to her besides that.
I said that at the beginning of this video. I'm like, Ike was a part of her story, but her story was so much more than Ike.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with you. I hate
make it more than her victimization. She was a survivor.
Definitely.
But yeah, let me go ahead and get off of here.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up. You're always welcome, Bap.
All right.
Callie, you want to jump in, and then C-Song, it's your turn.
Oh no, I just wanted to just quickly second what you guys were just saying. Like, this woman had a huge career. Like, she could fill stadiums, and her career didn't really she was always successful, but her career did not blow up until she was like my age. Could you imagine like a woman like in her 40s, like coming back and having like this giant career and being able to like fill stadiums with the new music? Like, that is hardly never ever been done. You
better tell Phaedra, Callie. Tell Phaedra that you can do it. You don't have to be a folk singer if you want to start your career in your 30s and 40s. You don't have to do
How did Phaedra get in this?
That's what Phaedra told Demetria. You can't be a pop star in your 30s and 40s. Well, Demetria should have said, "Look at Tina Turner." She did it because she was a crossover. Her later career, she was a crossover hit. The earlier stuff with Ike, even if you remember the movie, they were telling her, you're kind of stuck here. If we're gonna experiment with a different sound for you, and that's when they did not want Ike, and that was the beginning of the end because she saw that it was really her. It was less Ike and Tina and more Tina. You remember that part of the movie?
I remember that part of the movie, but I also know that Ike had a really bad substance abuse problem. So I think that some of that stuff started to happen because of Ike's erratic behavior. People just didn't want to work for him. And it ended up being like this huge blessing for her because she got to do this new sound.
Wasn't that River Deep? I think it was River Deep.
So, yeah.
Where that guy came and said, let me go ahead, play with the sound. And that lady was a crossover appeal. Ike was holding her back.
Well, to be honest, I honestly thought she was going to pass a couple of years ago because she started selling off all her stuff and she did a documentary and like she was kind of like, kind of seemed like she was sort of like preparing for her transition. So I wasn't too shocked when I heard this. I don't know how bad her health was, but I was always given the impression, as we all were over the past few years, that her health was pretty bad. And we don't want to see anyone to stay here and suffer. But yeah, I just hope that people remember her for her catalog and her huge body of work and her amazing voice, because I think that her voice really inspired a lot of rock music just in general, like the way that she would play with her voice. So, I mean, like, whatever, like that was like a moment in her life, but that was not her whole career. And I forget what she said about that, but I do know that she did not like when people kept attaching her to Ike. Like, she was like, I couldn't even do an interview. I couldn't do anything. People were asking me about Ike, and we have been divorced for years, and people were still asking me about this man. So yeah, she had a huge career, way bigger than what they showed in that movie.
Yeah, definitely. She's an inspiration. She's an inspiration to music artists today.
No, she is the first Beyonce. Like when people joke and say it's like all these other people, no, it's Tina Turner.
I mean, I don't think she's the first Beyonce. I think she's the first Tina Turner.
No, like Beyonce took her inspiration from her. Like she was the first person woman to do these big shows and be able to fill these big venues and things like that. Like she did it first. It was not TLC. It wasn't even Janet Jackson. It was Tina Turner.
C Songers, I see you chomping at the bit. Sound off. Callie, stay up. You're muted, C Songstress. You're muted. Unmute yourself. There you go. We can't. You're unmuted, but we still can't hear you. We can't hear you. Play with it for a little bit. We'll keep you up. Just keep trying. Ruth Butter, jump in.
Oh, it's Ruth Butter. Thank you, Mims, for having me. I just wanted to say, when I just saw the news this evening here in London, I nearly cried because Tina's career really took off via the UK, and she was a big deal for us. And the BBC every year on BBC4 would always do a tribute to Tina every single year on BBC4, because that's like their music kind of channel. And they would do like Tina Turner's performances at the BBC, and they will catalogue from start to the most recent all her performances. And most of her songwriters were British, and that's why she was always out here, her shows out here, because it was really the British songwriters and producers that really took her and changed her sound and wrote that iconic album. So for us, Tina, she was like everything. And I started following her YouTube channel like 2 years ago, because she did this interview on the BBC, and she talks about her health, her stroke, and I knew that, oh my God, we're going to meet her soon. And she was talking about how she was getting her, like you just said, Callie, she was getting her life in order, like make sure her husband was secure financially, just making sure that she was making peace with people and putting, righting wrongs, forgiveness, things of that nature. So I'm just devastated to hear that she's finally transitioned, and she is so iconic, and she's such an inspiration for every brown-skinned girl around the world of overcoming adversity, showing what real inner strength is. And it doesn't have to be so aggressive. It was just, she was so, she was quite a gentle, soft soul, but she was powerful in that as well. And we won't have anyone like her ever again. And I just hope that everybody around the world, music lovers, cultural lovers of arts, they really honor this woman, because she really did break boundaries. And
you got really low. Is that my thing?
I'm devastated. Like, she's my family. So I just had to come on and just say my piece, because for us over here, she was everything. So thank you.
Hold on, before you go, you just reminded me. I think she is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she's one of the few, right?
Mims, I'm gonna come out because I can't hear you. I think it's my end. I'm just gonna leave and come back in, if that's okay.
Okay, sure. Right. She's one of the few people who's in the actual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
I think she was one of the early admissions, but they just put anybody in there now. But I think back when she was admitted, it was a big deal.
It says that she has two. Her second induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. Wow.
Oh, it was probably for Ike and Tina. So she probably has one as a solo and then one for being in the band, Ike and Tina. I could be wrong. I'm trying to find it, but I think that's what it is.
Songstress, are you still there? Wait, and then she dropped down. Oh, maybe she's gonna try to come back up. Definitely try to come back up, C Songstress. Again, this live is for y'all. If you're just getting here, yes, Tina Turner passed away at the age of 83. She had multiple health complications. We're just here. We're just talking. For people who loved and supported her, you're welcome to hit the link. It's pinned at the top of the chat. And please hit the like button. It just helps my channel in the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to figure out, Ruth, how many times she was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I believe, oh, that's a good question.
I know they have an in memoriam for her.
Yeah.
See.
I'm not sure, so I wouldn't want to give an answer, but I know she was highly celebrated and decorated.
As a solo, yes, she was inducted, and she was inducted by Angela Bassett. So that's a really cool part. Y'all, Angela Bassett is like my favorite actress. The earliest thing that I remember from Angela Bassett is What's Love Got to Do with It. I was super young when that movie came out. I thought Angela Bassett was Tina Turner. They had to tell, like, people had to explain to me, no, that's not Tina. That's Angela.
Funny you say that, because when I was young, I mean, we're probably in the same age group, but the first time I saw Tina Turner, again, the BBC did an introduction to Tina, and it was the Love Got to Do with It album. And they did this whole, and I never forget it because I was really young, and I remember thinking, who's this glamorous woman? And she did this like concert, this mini, but it was actually just her video, right? And they had this amazing commentary, and they played this woman, this beautiful Black woman, singing this iconic song. It just went on to become this iconic song. And I remember thinking, are we allowed to dress like that? Because she had the short skirt, she had the little, kind of leather jacket. And I remember thinking, are we allowed to dress like that? And then because I was also a huge Michael Jackson fan, because obviously for us, he was like a demigod. And then I saw her in We Are the World, and I just thought, oh no, you must be you're someone huge if you're with Michael Jackson. So I always had these iconic moments of Tina, and she always surrounded herself with quality musicians, quality people. And I always thought that was very, very interesting about her. And she just has this level of grace and sophistication that has been lost in recent years. Like, she carried herself with so much dignity and grace, and she never spoke too much. She just said enough. And I'm just going to miss her.
Ruth, you just brought something up that when I was in Dubai, I was at a club in Dubai, and they were playing Michael Jackson and a lot of Tina Turner. And, here in a club, is usually like the current hits. But there was an appreciation for these artists that I didn't even pick up on until you just said that.
I'm going to cut into you. Especially in Europe, we always do that in our parties. There has to be a break when we play Michael Jackson, especially if you're Black. Michael Jackson, Bad, has to be played. It's like, especially this African thing, because I'm Ghanaian, and it's a very important, it's like this thing where we pay homage to Michael, right? And that's across the board with Europeans in general. They'll always play Michael Jackson, they'll always play Tina, they'll always play these iconic American artists, because they infiltrated our culture so much, and we didn't have access to them, because we're all the way over here, this little island, and you guys had these magnitude artists, and we could only dream of seeing them. So when they would come over, we would show them so much love. And actually, before I came onto your show, I was just watching Johnny Carson, because I subscribe to his show. I like to watch vintage interviews. And he said to them, when you go to Europe, especially London, they love you guys. Why do you think that is? And they said it's because they don't really have access to us. Like, we're not on their doorstep like you guys have them. You guys have them over there. So, like I said, every year the BBC honors people like Tina, Lionel Richie. Eddie Murphy has a whole season where they just show his movies for a whole month. They'll just show every single. They really, honestly, the UK have always supported Black American icons. That's why I laughed on Gabor's channel when I said, "Well, Kelly Rowland's like a Beyonce for us," and everyone laughed at me. And it's like, no, really, they always support Black American artists. It's just, I don't know, we just have this love affair with you guys.
And Dubai too.
And Dubai?
It's a Euro thing. See, songstress, you're muted. You muted yourself. Unmute yourself and let's see if you can we hear you?
Hear me now?
We can hear you. Welcome.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Just wanted to say just a little bit. I'm a Tina Turner fan. Always have been. I think she is a phenomenal singer. She's a phenomenal actress. I'm not as old, but my mother just recently passed away at 91. So I've always listened to Tina Turner music. I really wasn't a rock and roll fan until I heard her. And I really admire a woman who has gone through adversities, and she overcame adversities. from abuse in her life, and then to raise another woman's children and love them. Because a lot of women would say, no, I'm not going to raise your children, and I have my own. So I commend her for everything that she's done. She will be well missed, like a lot of other artists, like Prince and Michael Jackson. She will be one that is going to be well missed, because you would not know she was 83 years old. She looks that good. So I pray that the family is strengthened even through what they're going through, and then to lose a child and you're still living and you outlive your child. That's a hard pill to swallow. I watched my mother go through that, to lose a child. So I can imagine what she went through. But cancer is no joke. And a lot of people think, oh, you can get over it. You overcome it. She went through a lot. And then after being diagnosed with cancer, she still kept going and she never gave up. So I commend her. She will be missed. And thank you for allowing me to speak.
No, anytime. Again, when I do these type of videos, I love for people, whether you're a subscriber or not, to come up and share your experience, because you clicked on this video because you love Tina Turner, like the rest of us. And so you're more than welcome to always come up.
And don't forget, she was a wig queen. Remember when all her hair fell out?
Yeah.
That first thing she grabbed was a wig, and she wore it well.
It was her beautician, right? They left her stuff in too long. Yeah, she definitely put wigs on the map. Definitely. That was her thing. And she had fun with it, which was the bigger part. She's having a good time.
She made those wigs herself, she said.
She made them herself?
Yeah, she did an interview in the BBC that she made all the wigs. Every wig she's ever worn, she made herself.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, because some of her wigs look really good, especially for that time period. And that's why I was just thinking, I was like, dang, she must have had a good wig maker.
No, she
I
didn't.
look at some of these pictures and I'm like, these wigs look like better than some of the wigs now.
But it's funny you say that, Kelly, because she said in the interview, you should really check it out, what she did with the BBC, that when she would make those wigs, actually her peers at the time would laugh at her because they could see that it was really kind of not well done. But obviously, us as fans, we didn't know any different. It was just a wig, and that was what she wore.
You know, it wasn't high definition television, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was, what you saw was, because she was there during integration, right? So what you saw was this beautiful Black woman on your television screens who was in spaces that Black women were not allowed to be. Correct. Similar to like Diana Ross. Yes. So, you know, people say music, you know, whatever. But when you really think about it, those people put us in places to help advance all of us. Correct. You know what I mean? And it might just be a song or a performance, but we weren't allowed to be in some of those rooms if we weren't working. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Correct. So to have a Diana Ross or a Tina Turner there and be glamorous and beautiful and, you know, well-dressed and well-spoken and, you know, they advanced us, and I'll just leave it at that.
And their femininity also, when they would enter a room, their femininity and their class controlled the room, meaning the space that they were in. And that level of artistry, again, I can say it doesn't exist anymore, and I'm really sad about it.
Well, she was a woman who demanded respect.
Yeah.
And no matter what platform she was on, she demanded respect and received that respect. So it makes a difference, because that allowed us, even at our age, to, as a woman, to demand that respect. So she was somebody that we could look up to and say, if she demanded respect and got it, so should we.
Yes, and I also think that she really was proud of her career and liked what she did and was grateful to be able to do what she did. And I think that that's a huge difference from a person who is rich and famous but complaining about it or feels like it's some sort of burden on them. Like this is what she loved to do. Like that, you know what I mean? Like she was really into her career. Like she manifested being in those large venues. She wanted to be the first woman to do that.
We have a couple more people who wanted to come up. So, okay, favorite song, Callie?
Oh, wow. You know what? I have Private Dancer stuck in my head, but I don't know.
Is there something you want to tell us?
Well, you know, there was like a joke on Modern Family that like he didn't know that was about a stripper and he kept singing it to the little girl.
Mine is River Deep.
He's like, wait, oh.
Mine is definitely River Deep. I don't know. It's something about like the instrumentation in that song. It just is. It's a song I would call like timeless. Nurse Moonshine. Let's start here. What's your favorite Tina song?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I think it's What's Love Got to Do with It.
Classic. Okay.
It's a vibe. That song is a vibe. That song is a vibe. That song is a vibe. Can you hear me clearly?
We can hear you just fine.
And I want to say something. First of all, hello everybody. Mims, I love you. I'm actually new to you. I think you are dope. And honestly, all the Xscape drama brought me to some new YouTube personalities, and you're one of them. And it's like deeper with you. Like you're one of the good ones. On a deeper level. Like you say, we're shady, but we're fair. However, I have been saying this for a long time, and I'm glad I'm seeing other people echo this in the chat. If you look at Tina's farewell documentary on HBO, you will see how heavily Beyonce has mimicked her over the years.
Yeah.
From the wild blonde hair, the wardrobe, the dance moves. When I watched that, I was just like, "Oh God, that's Tina. That's Beyonce. Beyonce's been mimicking Tina all this time." And she is amazing, and this is hit, and so I thank you for covering it, going live, and I'm just grateful I was able to come in and speak for a second. I will let you go. Thank you.
Okay, well, welcome, and yes, the Xscape stuff, it did bring some people to my channel, but I really do, really love Tamika Scott.
Oh my God, me too.
I really love Tamika Scott. Her husband recently started following me, and that made me nervous just because of some of my coverage.
Right.
But I do want to say, on a side note, yes, I critiqued stuff that happened on the show, but I was one of the few content creators who actually shared and endorsed both sisters. So when
you did.
I really did work to, bridge the gap and bring some positivity to the situation. There is
I hate what happened, but I'm glad that Tamika has finally started getting her flowers, because she's always been my favorite member. And I just never felt like she got the recognition on a broader scale that she deserved. But now people really see just how influential she is and her beautiful voice, and she's just very talented. Before I go, I would like to say something to you, Mims, in front of your audience, and hopefully you can receive this. My name is, this Nurse Moonshine is my handler. My name is Sam Doles. I'm an author. I'm a writer. I'm dope in my own right, but I'm well known and respected for my spiritual gifts. Mims, this YouTube channel and your social media is just the tip of the iceberg for you. Spiritually, I really see some big doors opening up for you. Like, people will know your face as well as your name.
Oh, that means a lot.
People will know you. And anything I say, I always say, pray about this message. I'm just the messenger. But yeah, people will know your face as well as your name. There are a lot of people who get attention who don't really have the spirit or the right spirit to back up the platforms they have. But you have the right heart and spirit as well as the platform. And you're only going to increase and expand. And I just had to tell you that you're going places, and God bless you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That really does mean a lot to me. I see Busy up here. I want to let Miss Les jump in really quickly, and then I know Busy. We all know Busy's gonna sound off.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm nursing a tooth situation from surgery, but I just had to get on here to say that what she did for me was it was very complex. You know, I'm pushing 60, and so
You don't look it.
bless your
No,
heart.
not at all.
But being a dark skinned child back then, the way that people talked to us betrayed us, and you know how y'all know everybody. Yeah, everybody black on here, so you know what I'm talking about. But when that woman would hit the stage, and when I would see her, it made me look at myself differently. It made me go, okay, well, okay, you know, with the hair and the clothes and the confidence and all of that. And then when I became older, I'm a domestic violence survivor, and I would actually revert back. I know it was just a movie, but for people who have been through something, and certain scenes would trigger me. And then I looked at her currently, then I looked at the movie. I'm like, well, if she can do this and do that and excel beyond this, beyond that, I can. So she just wasn't a phenomenal singer, entertainer, performer for me. She was life changing, soul changing. She made me look at myself differently, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be all deep. I'm just trying to be honest. And it hit me kind of different. You know, you hear stuff every day on the internet, but this one hit me kind of different. Like I said, they didn't yank stuff out, and I'm recovering right now. I'm not supposed to be talking. But when I saw you, Mims, I just had to come up there and just to say that we are our brother's keepers. And what I mean by that, sisters, we need each other. You know what I'm saying? Just being transparent and being who we are can help the next sister. You see what I'm saying? And I appreciate her. I appreciate you, beautiful ladies. It shouldn't be that, you know, the way these young people, I'm not gonna say young people because we got some crazy old people too, but the way people these days treat each other in our culture is a travesty. You know, we need each other because I can help you, you can help me. We are brothers keepers. I'm just so thankful for Miss Turner for the confidence and being a survivor and being who she was, unapologetically sexy, unapologetically a whole woman. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna get off here and take my
before you go. I have subscribers of all races, nationalities, and creeds, and there's no need to apologize. I have so many people who are not black who reach out to me via DM when I have these type of conversations. There are things that you could say that maybe they did not know. So it's important that you speak your truth, because for a young black girl, seeing Tina Turner was seeing somebody who had made it, who wasn't like chained with, you can't be in a white space, you can't do this, you can't do that. Even though she was a singer and performer, people like Tina really broke through barriers.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So it's important to have these conversations. You never have to apologize on this platform about speaking about something that you experienced as a black woman growing up in the 60s and 70s. And,
So I'm just so thankful for you, Mims. I watch you quite frequently, but I try to stay in the cut, but I appreciate how you move on this channel. I'm not trying to
stay in the cut, but don't cut nobody. Busy, where are you at with this topic? Busy Blue.
It's been, first of all, to the woman who came in and said that your face is going to be everywhere and that you're moving up. I want to say that is true. I have gone to several bathrooms and your face has been in there. But moving on. I love Tina Turner. I was shocked.
On an ad. Busy was cleaning that bathroom. So he's been in many
I was. Bathrooms. So it said Carter's number for a good time. And I want to say I was shocked. I was shopping. I'm making baked spaghetti. And somebody had text was like, okay, Tina Turner's gone. Now I watch What's Love Got to Do with It every month, because she's just inspiring. The thing about Tina Turner, outside of everything that's in the film, what I followed and what I loved about her is that she knew that she wanted to be a performer, what it was going to look like, how she was going to do it, who she was going to be performing with. She didn't know. And it changed and evolved over the years. And what she didn't do is stop. And what I love about her and what I see in myself and what I'm inspired by is the fact that every day you don't know what you're going to be performing, what it's going to look like, who you're going to perform in front of, who's going to write your music, who's going to produce it, how it's going to get done. But she wanted to perform. And whether it was in the beginning of her career when she was doing rhythm and blues, or her sound was different, and then she got into this gay pop beat and she was performing at drag shows, whatever her career had, wherever her career went, she just wanted to be on stage, and it was important to her to perform and be there, and nothing was going to stop how she did that. And if she did that, whether it was 2 people in the audience or 1 million people in the audience, Tina Turner never stopped. And that's what I will always love and take from her. I'm still saddened. I'm still heartbroken by the fact that she's not going to be here. And I feel like I live my life that way. And I'm just grateful to have someone who, even when, I felt like she knew that she didn't have as many days or years left, because she put together her own, she produced her own biopic. She produced her own biography. So she knew that, maybe this may not be long lasting. And this is the last time I'm going to be in front of you all. She let us know that when they did the stage play. She said, look, I'll come to the last one because don't look for me anymore. And she put forth her best effort to give as much as she can to the community, to the people, and to those who loved her. And I'm still heartbroken. I think we can still continue to listen to her music, no matter if you love rock, if you love R&B, if you just love blues, if you love soul music, if you're into dance. She has something in every genre that all of us can listen to.
Blow up. Her
that anybody can listen. Do you think how much of it does she own? I guess that doesn't matter right now. I'm just
so I think when she did the documentary and she started like wrapping up her affairs, I'm almost 100% sure she sold it. Okay. Look and see how much it sold for.
No, but just like with the escape performers later in life, you can get credits for performance credits and everything else. So everything that she has is about to definitely benefit her family.
I don't know if she has that much family left. She had 2 grandchildren. I'm not quite sure what happened with them.
Only one of her 4 kids passed away.
I feel like there was another one that died.
Her stepchild passed as well.
Yeah.
No, 2 of her children have died. One died of cancer and one took his own life, I think.
Yeah.
And then her stepson died as well. He unalived himself. It was Ike's son, the one Craig that she took care of and took in when her and Ike first got together, when his mom came through that house like a bat out of double hockey sticks. That
she
night.
Had her first son Craig when she was 18 in 1958.
It was one of Ike's sons that unalived himself recently.
I had like 3 kids that lived with. It was more than what they showed in the movie.
Yeah, but one of them she was real close with.
Yeah, that's okay. It says Ike's family had a problem with that movie because they didn't even show all the children. Like they showed what they wanted.
Well, they had to do a
Craig was the first.
Not him having a problem about the children not being shown. That was the issue.
They're saying that they felt that some of these things were not correct because they did that. So who are we to believe these other things?
Okay.
So this is what Tina had to say. Hold on one second.
This was Tina's book.
Hold on one second, Corey. It says, this is from Tina's words. I think Craig was lonely. That's what I really think got him more than anything else. She said at the time, I have pictures all around of him smiling, and I think I'm sensing that he's in a good place. I really do. The singer held a ceremony to scatter her late son's ashes on July 19, 2018, as she revealed in a tweet. My saddest moment as a mother, she wrote. I said my final goodbye to my son, Craig Raymond Turner, when I gathered with family and friends to scatter his ashes off the coast of California. He was 59 when he passed so tragically, but he will always be my baby. So that's the one you guys, I think, we're talking about. He was around since 58 when she was 18. And it's another instance where a mother lost their child. I want to jump to this really quick. Goddess Noel, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Tina was a warrior and a gracious, intelligent woman. Rest in power. Thank you so much. And again, thank you, Goddess Noel. Tina Turner is a masterclass in a life well lived. And yes. I absolutely agree. Corey, friend, you have the floor.
Oh, my big brother, my little big brother. First of all, God bless you. Oh, and congratulations on your latest achievement. I love you.
What's my latest achievement?
Toilet star number 2. I just told you what was going on.
Your latest,
y'all, for y'all who don't know Busy Blue, he is actually my friend. So he's not shading me or reading me just out of thin air. He
and a professional troll. But but you know, your latest achievement in YouTube member.
I am close to hitting 50,000 subscribers. So if you're here and you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. The Straight Shooters are really close to that 50K mark. Yeah, thank you, Corey.
There's no secret to our YouTube community what I've been through in life with my son's father. And Tina was my salvation during that time. There were a lot of signs that the Creator put in my path. One was 7 years in Tibet. One was the movie about the Dalai Lama. We're not going to talk about what has happened with him lately, but at that time, that movie surfaced, and then What's Love Got to Do with It surfaced. And that one was the one that got me through everything. All of the hurt, all of the shame, all of the why me? I'm strong. How could I let that happen to me? Then I turned to Buddhism for 10 years, which also helped me get through, which helped her get through.
Did she kind of light the match for you to
yes.
come to Buddhism? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her and my sister, because at that time my sister was also a Buddhist. And but went through similar things in life as I did. Sorry.
No, I mean,
I normally shake the table, but now I'm a withering violet.
That movie connected her to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That movie connected Tina to a lot of people who have been through what she's been through, similar to your situation, Corey. So it's not surprising that you are having a very visceral reaction to this news.
And also, she died at 83. My mom's 83 currently. And we all know that situation. She's not what she used to be. It's a wake-up call. I value every day I have with my mom now. And I am grateful that she was able to tell her own story in her own words multiple times in books, film, documentaries. Janet took a picture out of that book and she's starting to tell her story her way. I'm glad she and Michael were able to tap the newer generation who they wanted to be, to carry their torch. Like someone said, Beyonce took a lot out of Tina's book. Tina also tapped her. I think it was on the Grammys or the American Music Awards when they performed together. She was the queen, the undisputed queen of rock. Undisputed. The woman had arms, had a body, had a spirit that was strong, and her star just shone bright. And thank you for everything, Tina. Thank you. And thank you for giving her this shout out.
I mean, she's a legend. There's not gonna be another Tina Turner ever. A lot of the legends that we have, there will never be another, because now everything is like bubblegum popcorn. Everybody's famous. Everybody has a song. To have like #1 hits and be crossover into rock, that's not something that people have nowadays. But again, guys, I just wanted to come on and give people the opportunity to say how they felt, and you guys definitely showed up and showed out, and I appreciate you all for it. We're gonna head and close out now. I will see you all later, and just rest in peace, Tina. She lived a long, fruitful life, and I'm so glad that her last years were spent doing it the way that she wanted to do it, like you all have said. Have a nice day, guys. Oh, well, we got one more super chat. My heart fell and broke. I saw her in concert front row. Oh no, that's a show. I will never forget it. Shake your tail feather forever. Beautiful soul, rest in peace. Thank you, Rosie. I appreciate that. And with that, we will close out. Y'all go and shake a tail feather tonight.
I know that's right.
Have a good one, guys.
A little proud Mary.
And Callie's gonna be a private dancer. Bye, y'all.